Peace and blessings to us. I trust you're doing well. So today my message is very simple. When a spiritual healer or teacher does work for you, it is not free. Even the gifts, they are not as free as we say it is, because you don't know the amount of practice, timing, and discipline that goes into the work they do. You know, growing up from church where we are paying tithes, offering all the development funds here and there, which the church tells us is the work of God, and they are collecting the money for God. At the end of the day, we realize it doesn't even go to God. It just goes to solve pastors' issues, church, one or two problem. Occasionally, they use some of the money to pay for other things. So when we leave church, it's like a big relief to us. We are not paying tithes and offering. That's cool. But then after a while, you leave church, you sit with yourself, you realize, no, something is still missing. Life is not complete. You still need some answers from somewhere. And that's when you begin to seek out these spiritual teachers and healers. Let's be frank, of course, there are a lot of fake spiritual healers and teachers also in the system who may post one or two videos online and it's so catchy. You're trying to follow, you feel your problems will be solved, and then eventually realize, oh, this didn't work out as I expected. But we shouldn't also use that as a cover-up to say, when you go to a spiritual person, you're not supposed to pay anything. I've heard stories that in the olden days, spiritual teachers did not really charge, or spiritual healers did not really take money from people. When you're going for consultation, you come with your own free gifts, like maybe yam, tubers, all those things, or maybe curries and all those things. They didn't ask, but people knew they had to do those things. So there's no occasion that the teacher or healer wants to dupe you, because you yourself, you know what you're supposed to carry there. But those days, if money form was in curries and other things, and you are taking these things, there is still some payment of some sort, okay? And then maybe after the consultation, you're supposed to do some peculiar work. So they tell you, you have to go and buy this, that, add some extra carries or something. But listen, we have to understand that the trends have changed nowadays. I've heard so many stories where spiritual healers have said, oh, maybe somebody came, the person didn't have anything, but they realized they had to do these things for the person. So they use all their money, resources, even their time, energy to put in to do the work for the people. Now, these people are blessed. They get all their, whatever they are looking for, and they totally forget these spiritual teachers and healers. So at the end of the day, they also have to devise strategies such that when you are going to them, you have to pay counseling fee. And to me, that is very normal, because as you are going, excuse me to say, you didn't expect to stand in front of his door and just talk to him. He may have a chair there that was bought with money from somebody else. So if you also are coming, you have to pay some consultation fee. People are working for him. He needs to feed them, to cater for his household. At the end of the day, if he's not able to cater for his household and even call you like, send me this, that, you get pissed off. So it is very normal that spiritual healers and teachers take consultation fee. And at a point, I really got discouraged, because I had this spiritual teacher I was working with, and someone contacted me, oh, he needs consultation. So I told the teacher, I was like, let him know he paid this before I can talk to him. And just that, this man got so angry, he insulted me in box. I'm like, what did I do wrong? It kind of discouraged me for a while. Yes, we can agree there are fake people in the system, but most of them have also become like that because of our own attitude. I feel it's just fair that there should be open transactions between a student or a seeker in relation to a healer or a spiritual teacher. I've had so many friends who talk to me as like, Stella, you're wasting your gifts. You need to be taking money for sometimes even the conversations you have with people. And I always look back and I realize there are a lot of teachers who have helped me without taking a dime from me. Because at the end of the day, they were looking out for the future. Because if I'm able to rise up to where I'm supposed to be, then I have wonderful soul friends or teachers I can always work hand in hand with. In occasions where they may also need my help, I'm there because I always remember what they've done for me. So for me, it's like I've walked this spiritual path, giving out most of my gifts for free, because I don't know that I'm thinking of the future and the good of all of us. If I've helped you and somehow I should work in an office, I find you there, oh, you remember what I did for you, and that alone is enough for me. The most important thing, you should always be in tune with yourself. If you're going to a place that will not favor you, or you get duped at the end of the day, Sometimes from the beginning, everything looks so good until midway, it's like, oh, I got scammed, I got duped. But I feel it's all part. It doesn't mean we should prepare ourselves to be scammed, but it's all part of the lessons. Because when I started my spiritual journey at first, I just left church. I was so eager to learn. I just wanted to grab everything I to go. And now I sit back and I was like, oh, that was the steps of a baby. And obviously you fall. So I met people, pay this, pay that. My parents especially were quite angry with me, like, if you get scammed, what are you doing? I'm like, no, I need to pay the price to learn these lessons, of course. When I sat down and checked how much I had spent within, that was from the early years, how much I had spent within a year, it was almost equal to the tithes and offering I've been paying for a year. But I guess the difference now is that with these tithes and offering, they lie to you that it's the work of God. At the end of the day, you just realize church is a business setting where hand go, hand come. Obviously, the pastors are lying to you using the Bible, so you have to pay for it. But on the spiritual part, I don't know, I feel whatever amount I paid, no matter how huge it was worth it, because I learned so many valuable lessons within these 4 years that in future, when I've set up and I'm doing something on my own, would always come back into memory. And then I know how to carry myself about in this line of spiritual work. So please, recently I called a teacher, it's like I wanted to come for consultation, and it's like you pay 500. And honestly, as at that time I didn't have the money, so it wasn't worth it going to him. But that did not make me think this teacher is fake or a cheat or whatever. He may have his reasons why he has pegged his consultation fee at 500. I've learned so much lesson that in future, if I ask people to pay some fee and they are not ready to pay, I just don't care, because I know what I've gone through, the places I've walked, the risks I've taken, the lessons I have to learn to get here. And I feel like I'm just going to pledge my services at some rates that not everybody can just walk up to me to even want to talk to me. I won't even mind. I'm being very honest, because I've been to other points where I gave things for free and people just took advantage of. At the end of the day, even insult you behind your back. It's like, oh, okay, I've learned all those lessons. I've been at that point where I've served people and not care whether they paid for it or not. Now this is me in my high seat. You want my services, you have to pay for it to get it. So it's a lesson. We all learn, we grow through it. But if there's a need for you to pay, just pay it. Learn what you have to learn. When you are done, you go your way. Peace and blessings.